Do you ever freeze when you want to ask something in Croatian? You know the words, you know what you want to say, but suddenly you're stuck. How do I even form a question? Well, that's such a common moment for learners. Today, I'll show you three main ways Croatians actually ask questions without overwhelming you with tables, and how you can start using those right away. So most learners feel blocked because they think asking a question means remembering every single rule, remembering cases, verb endings, word order. And while you're searching for the right ending, the conversation moment is gone. But here's the truth. Croatians don't think about all that when they ask questions. They lean on simple patterns, and you can too. So instead of getting buried in rules, let's look at the three patterns that keep the conversation alive. The first one is to raise your intonation, and it works for yes or no questions. Basically, you take a normal statement, ideš kući, you're going home, and now raise your intonation. Ideš kući, are you going home? This is the fastest way to ask a yes or no question. No extra words needed, just sound curious. Now here's a more formal version, especially in writing or polite speech. You insert particle li right after the verb. Jeste li uzeli putovnicu? Did you take the passport? But here's the rule. You need the full or the so-called accented form of the verb to be at the front of the sentence. Then you add li. For example, if a statement is ti si učenik, you are a student, the question will be jesi li ti učenik? Are you a student? See how we use jesi, the full form of the verb to be at the beginning, and then added li. That's the correct form for these questions. Finally, the third way is to use the interrogative word, the so-called WH word. So, you ask questions using tko, što, kada, kako, gdje. Who, what, when, how, or where. Tko je to? Who is that? Gdje radiš? Where do you work? So this is indeed where Croatian starts shuffling the word order. And yes, it can feel like a bit of a horror show at first. But remember, you don't need to master all the twists today. Even just knowing one or two of these words lets you start asking. This is something linguists know well. Questions are the engine of conversation. If you can ask, you can keep talking, even with a small vocabulary. And it's not just my opinion. Research in second language acquisition shows that learners who start asking questions early, even the imperfect questions, they engage more, they remember more, and actually progress faster. In my own teaching, I've seen students in their 50s and 60s transform once they gave themselves permission to ask imperfect questions. Suddenly, conversations came alive because they weren't reciting sentences, they were connecting. Think of it like this. Grammar supports you, but curiosity moves you forward. And Croatians will always appreciate your effort to ask, even if the word order isn't perfect. So instead of freezing and saying nothing, try one of these. Raise your intonation, ideš kući. Add particle li and the full form of the verb to be, jesi li ti učenik? or use one of the question words. Just one for beginning. Gdje radiš? And even if it comes out messy, it works. You'll sound more natural than you think, and you'll gain confidence with every attempt. My advice? Don't aim for perfection. Aim for participation. That's how you start building your Croatian mind. One question at a time. Vidimo se u sljedećem videu. See you in the next video. And until then, give yourself the challenge. Ask just one question in Croatian today. It could be as simple as ideš kući or što radiš? Because one question is all it takes to begin.